And play good. Yeah, of course, we're happy to have him. Hopefully, he can perform like he is, of course.
And for Leicester, whilst they're struggling, you'll know how tricky it can be to come here, particularly when they have Jamie Vardy back fit and available again.
Yeah, one of the greatest strikers this country have produced. Is unbelievable. Still have the desire. So to play at his age, and is an exceptional player. So no doubt about that. And yeah, I think Enzo Maresca did an incredible job last season, and most of the patterns still are there, and they are a good team.
And we saw against Liverpool, they did try and hurt them on transition. How much of a challenge might that pose to you today?
If we will play good, we'll be challenged in transition. If we are not good, we will defend deep. So the football depends on the moment that you have, in the position that you have. You can use one type of a strategy or another one.
Best of luck with it, Pep.
Thank you, Anna.
Well, when they do have possession, you've been taking a closer look about City in attack and the threat or lack of it in this incredible run since November the 1st.
Yeah, I think at the start of the season we've got some even 2v1 here. Look how many bodies are around him. They know if they can just get it into him, that's all they're looking to do at this point. He was going to score this season. Transition forward to the November, December times, control, making it very, very busy. You know, Doku and Savinho at the moment not quite sure where they need to be. Inside, it was so obvious against Everton from, you know, in hindsight, and everyone's very good coach in hindsight. But many teams will defend narrowly and make it very difficult to get the ball into Haaland. And you can tell that connection's not quite there. We're highlighting this because start of the season, Haaland's getting his head down, doing that trademark run, arms and legs, and sliding onto that. I think it all culminates in he never looked confident over this penalty, and that's not the air that he gave off at the start of the season. So I think it's really interesting to see how he can't get himself out of this moment on his own. They need to start connecting. Manchester City are at their best when they link up. You know, you look at like a Vardy when he's at his best, and we talk about him. He wants his team to defend deep, put it over the top. He can cause chaos. That doesn't work for Manchester City. Everyone needs to be working together, giving each other space to work and do what they need to do, and that's not quite happening. But like I say, hopefully Kevin De Bruyne getting on the ball today, fit and confident, that can change things. Yeah, because when you look at Haaland's numbers, nobody was concerned at the start of the season. In fact, quite the opposite. He started with those back-to-back hat-tricks, first 5 games, 10 goals. No problem, 26 shots. Look at the last 13, though. Look at the amount of shots he's had and the amount of goals he's scored.
Well, we were debating after 5 games of this season, could we see an all-time record? 10 goals in 5 appearances it was almost a given that he was going to win the Golden Boot.
Has he been a victim of the way the team have played, or personally has he dropped off as well, or do you have some sympathy for him?
I would say a centre-forward invariably ends up being the victim of the
It's predictable, that, because you look
after a striker, not a selfish striker.
You look after your own, obviously, but in that period where he scored 3 goals, he will know that Mo Salah scored 13 goals.
Oh yeah. Oh, every time you come in, within 10 minutes, you're on your phone looking at the scores and seeing who scored on that race to the.
And Salah's now ahead of him.
And Salah's now ahead of him, absolutely. But it's not over, of course. Nearly halfway through the season. But yeah, it will be hurting him seeing Mo Salah getting all the plaudits. Halfway through the season, who's your team of the year so far? Everybody's putting Salah in. Yeah, he's top scorer. Salah in my ear all the time. And that's who you're competing with, because who else is there in the Premier League for him? You know, he's Isak, he's Salah, he's all of these greats. It's like, no, I'm the best type of attitude. So yeah, this will be hurting him at the moment, and he'll be hoping that his team and himself, but his team start motoring again. Because when City play well, he gets more chances. When he gets more chances, he'll score more goals. It's a very simple equation for a centre-forward.
And do you think when De Bruyne plays, he might, by the law of averages, get more chances because of that link-up between the two of them?
I think so. There's definitely an understanding.
That's exactly what happens. Doku, when's he going to cross? Is he going to chop and chase? Is he going to cut back? Is he going to come inside? You just showed examples now of him coming inside and almost interfering with his space. You know, he's probably not got that link-up, but he knows Kevin De Bruyne, knows Phil Foden like the back of his hand. He'll be the most relieved man at the King Power today, knowing that those two are.
And just to back up your points, only the second time all season in the Premier League that both Foden and
The Pole, Jakub Stilacic continues in goal because Mads Hermansen is still out injured. Leicester share the worst defensive record in the league. However, the back four remains the same, as do the two deeper midfield players in front of them, Harry Winks and Boubakary Soumare. The Argentine Buonanotte comes in for the suspended Jordan Ayew. Mavadidi and El Khanous provide support. And talisman Jamie Vardy returns up front after being rested at Anfield. Patson Daka steps down. And Didi, Fatawu, Ricardo and Fass are all injured. 20-year-old defender Tom Wilson-Brown makes the Leicester bench for the very first time. Just one change as Pep Guardiola seeks that elusive winning formula. In Manchester City's goal, Stefan Ortega plays again with Ederson still unavailable. It's the same back four that started the Boxing Day draw with Everton. Diaz and Stones are injured. Rico Lewis will be the one to drift into midfield. Mateo Kovacic reprises the Rodri role, if anyone possibly can. And ahead of him is the one alteration, Kevin De Bruyne returning in place of Doku. Foden, Bernardo Silva and Savino all start. And Erling Haaland leads the line, despite having only bagged 3 goals in his last 13 Premier League appearances.
As much good as when I sleep. But of course, it looks like couldn't arrive that day. So many days without winning when we were...
End of the first half, start of the second, that had you concerned?
Yeah, absolutely. They were better. The game was tired. They see the goals, expecting goals and possessions, everything. They were better. But we cannot sustain our play, the aggression and pressing and go. We cannot right now.
Does this help the confidence through the squad, or because it's only one game, is there a way to go yet?
It's just one game. But Happy New Year will be better. And to prove that, you have to make more routines. But, you know, the game against United, against Feyenoord, I think, hurt us a lot in terms of confidence. That game killed us. In United game, always was a moment, the turning point. You can United, Aston Villa, and after Everton and the other one. So, and that game's always mentally was a struggle for the weekend from. But it's what it is. You have to handle it, and in life you never know what comes. And now nobody will expect to do what they have done in a positive ways. Now accept that, and most of the players prove again they are ready.
Well, it is a Happy New Year, and it's also a happy 500th. 500 games. How many did you think you'd get to as Manchester City boss?
Well, I would say 500 games, and if you're comparing in the last 12 or 30, I was not good. The balance has been unbelievable. So, you know, happy for all of us. So it's a lot of games, of course, and many memories, and many memories for the players I work with, and players, of course, all of them, for the day one until last one, from the first captain, Bini Company, until now. And for the staff, Bergamo staff, that I would say that the players gave me a good present, I would say. You know, celebrating with 5 games with a victory is a good feeling.
Another 500, 400, 300?
It's not going to happen, you know that.
To find a way of turning things around, whether the team's playing good, bad or indifferent, if results aren't coming, do you have to keep doing the same thing in training until it does? Or do you have to be more innovative and find a way to inspire them to turn them round? Or
yeah, we tried. We tried.
How tough is it to keep finding new ways, though?
Yeah, keep going.
Goes on?
Sometimes you expect will be earlier or easier to fix it, but sometimes you take more time. And I will not give up. I want to be. I want to do it, and with the situations that we have to do it. And now we go Leicester. It always have been difficult to try to do a good game and get results. And the players will be ready. We will do it.
And as a manager, who's been successful everywhere you've been, and this is, you know, obviously the longest run. Does this make you even more determined to get it right? To say, right, first long-term bad run I've had, I'll show you I can come through. I've shown you I can do with the big, create the good times. I'll show you I can get through the bad times as a manager.
Yeah, of course I want it. Everybody wants it. Yeah, I feel, you know, I don't want to disappoint my people in terms of the club, in terms of the fans or the people who love this club. But we send the results, nothing to say. I said the last weeks every time. I'm saying about how you perform today in many moments that, yeah, was really, really good, knowing the quality of the opponent.
That just mean for you personally, that gives you a greater determination to please the people, to bring back those.
But there's not now. Have been since the arrival of my career as a football player, as a manager. I think every one of us in our job want to please the people, want to do good our job. That is undeniable. That is not a question mark, I would say. So it's easy to understand. But here,
the greatest test when things are going badly, rather than
the greatest test I have done. So we will come back of that sooner or later happen. But that make you remember how good was the past. That's the truth. That made me realize now what we have done. Because sometimes you have injuries, and how many years we were so incredible consistent, you know. But yeah, you expect a little bit down. We didn't expect much, and the main reason is like Jack said. So having 7, 8 important injured players, and after every 3 days is more difficult. But I see the team, the spirit, how yesterday training, how focused they are, and all we try to practice, how to try to do it, and we saw today the game. We saw it, but. Unfortunately, so we could not get the result that we wanted.
Hi, Pep. In your first season, you lost 4-2 at Leicester. It was a game where they scored 3 goals really early. That seemed like a really sort of a low moment in your City reign. Now, obviously, there's lots and lots of trophies won since, but how does the confidence and just everything around the team now in this run compare to that team 8 years ago who went to Leicester and lost that game quite badly?
I'll compare one situation that 8, 9 years ago, I don't know, is for enough. But I don't have related for one and the other one. That season was the first year, with more or less the squad was there. I don't know in what month it was. It was a low point, right? But yeah, after build what we built, and now I don't see similarities. To be honest, I don't see it.
Last one with Jamie, please, guys.
Hi, Pep. Hello. Just on Erling Haaland, he's obviously a phenomenon, amazing player, all the rest of it. So with regards to the penalty miss, will you talk to him about it, or does he not need to be spoken to because he's sort of so good?
I congratulate the team. I said it again. So it was well played, guys. So only chance that we have is continue. Tomorrow recovery, prepare well the trip to Leicester, play the game. New Year's Eve, we have after days to do. That's why it's like United game was the moment like we can change the dynamic. Today they changed the dynamic. Unfortunately, we could not do it for many reasons. United were going to give him away. Today we were close again. But yeah, it's I don't have from my education to say start to complaining, start to point people, starting to. It's happened. It's life. It's football. Try it again. That's why we had success in them, because always was not enough. We try it again and again. And that's why we won a lot of titles, and every 3 days games, a win for many months, many years, because again and again. And now we have to do the same when the results are not good.
Yeah, because you seem very calm